Alright, welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. Just go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please. It look like this Clansman One Don Gang trial thing is not going the way that a lot of people desire. You know what's funny? What's funny is that there are so many people on social media that claim that they want to clean up Jamaica and they want the best for Jamaica. But it's the same people who support the ignorance in all angles, forms, and shape the most. They're just on a bandwagon. Send him to prison. Lock him up. Them don't even want proof. As them said him guilty, or their favorite vlogger said they're guilty, him guilty. Well, my friend, it has to be proven in a court of law. Anyway, here's the heads up and here's the latest news concerning the Clansman One Don Gang trial. Shout out to the Loop for this one. BlackMan says that he is a law-abiding musician. He's not no gangster. He's not into all the stuff that he's been accused of. He's a church boy, a good person. Andre Blackman Bryan, the 38-year-old alleged leader of the Clansman One Don faction of the Clansman gang, has denied involvement in any gang activity or ordering the murders of any of the individual whose deaths have been attributed to him. Boy, here one. Whose deaths have been attributed to him. Instead, he claims to be a law-abiding musician. So apparently, he had to take the stand in court in his own defense. He got up there, sat down, and said, "I am a law-abiding citizen of the Jones Avenue community in Spanish Town." This is what he told the court. He made the claims while giving an unsworn statement from the docks on Monday during the keenly watched gang trial in the home circuit court in downtown Kingston. A total of 28 defendants now remain on trial, as while several of the accused, including Bryan, have been freed of some counts of the indictment, Chief Justice Brian Sykes ruled that there are several other offenses for which they have to answer to. Right? So they're not free yet. They're not out the woods. They still have other charges they have to answer to. However, some serious charges have been thrown out. Let's talk about that. Among the counts that the 28 accused will still have to answer to, will have to mount a defense for, will have to fight, is being a part of a criminal organization. That's one of the counts. After the morning's dramatic developments, it was time for the defense to begin making their cases. They said that Andre Blackman Bryan was looking nervous, and he took the microphone as he began his unsworn statement from the dock. And he spoke into the microphone and he said, "I did not do the things the witnesses said I did. I did not give any instructions or orders to kill anyone." Talking to the judge. He went to declare that he knew nothing about the collection of extortion monies from businesses and transport operators in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. "I am innocent of these charges, Judge. I did not shoot anyone at New Nursery Community. I wasn't there. I am innocent of these charges." His unsworn statement. Now remember, the New Nursery charge is a murder charge, and remember, they have what is supposed to be an eyewitness to this. Somebody who said, "I was there." I believe it was witness number 1 or 2 that said, "I was there." and him say him a go turn up over fisheries, and him say him want do it personally. That's according to the witness. Andre BlackMan Bryan gets on the stand and says, I wasn't there. I didn't shoot nobody over there, and I was not there. His unsworn statement from the dock means that Bryan will not face examination by prosecutors at the trial. I don't know how that works. His unsworn statement from the docs means that he will not face cross-examination by prosecutors at the trial. His statement came after Judge Sykes ruled that he and other accused have a case to answer to. The charges related to a double murder and arson attack in fisheries or New Nursery in Spanish Town in 2017. If you've been following all along, then you would know about that part. The double murder where the couple, I believe they said that the guy never went out much, him used to work enough, and his little girlfriend, it was her first time they were getting to know each other, and it was her first time that she came to visit him, and they were found burnt, wrapped up together in bed. That's how they were killed. Eyewitness said Andre BlackMan Bryan was definitely there, and he was the one that did the killing. Alleged eyewitness. Because this eyewitness has now been, I don't want to use the word discredited, but charges are getting thrown out after this eyewitness's testimony, because the judge is saying that I can't depend on just one man who come in here and say, yes, I was there and I saw everything, and yes, I was there and I saw everything, I'm guilty. The judge says he needs more evidence than just that, right? His statement came after Sykes ruled. The judge said, hey, y'all have more charges to answer to. Jermaine Robinson and his girlfriend, Cedella Walder, they were both killed during that incident. Remember, news media report put out, and we covered it, that when these bodies were shown on a big screen in the courtroom, that Andre BlackMan Bryan laughed. And he was smirking and laughing so hard that he had to hold his head down to hide the smirk laugh on his face. And because he was smirking and laughing, others who are on trial with him, other alleged gangsters, they started laughing too. And they said that the judge was so upset that the judge ordered the court to take a recess, and then they will come back at a later time. This is the Jermaine Robinson and his girlfriend, Cedella Walder. Those were the bodies that were being shown on the screen. This is the same new fisheries murder that the judge says they still have to answer to. This is the one that Andre BlackMan Bryan got up on the stand and said, I didn't do that. Matter of fact, I wasn't even there, according to this report. Some among the 28 alleged gangsters also have cases to answer to relative to 4 other murder charges. So not everything is off the table. There's a whole heap of murder going in at this case. And although some have been dismissed, some of the 28 still have about 4 murder cases to answer to. Murder charges, rather, to answer to. Okay, so the remaining 5 murder charges, get this, the remaining 5 murder charges were dropped because of insufficient evidence. They dropped 5, not they, the judge dropped 5 murder charges because of insufficient evidence in this. In relation to count 25 of the indictment, which involved conspiracy to murder a man called Ice, Bryan was freed on that count because of insufficient evidence to support that the alleged target even existed. What the hell? The other accused, who were freed on that count also were St. Thomas pastor and an alleged main operative of the gang, Stephanie Mumma Christie. Somebody said Mumma Christie Obeah working the man. She was freed of that. Jaziel Blake, Lamar Simpson, and Andre Golding, they were all freed. Meanwhile, Brian and another accused, Ted Prince, were freed on another count of murder that was listed on the indictment as count 20. That indictment was the murder of a man at Phil's Hardware in Spanish Town. If you've been following this case, then you know how each one of these murders happened because they were all described in detail. According to Sykes, there was no evidence that the man was murdered. The judge said that there was no post-mortem, nor there was no scene of crime evidence to support that the man was actually killed. Again, this is kind of like the Vybz Kartel case. And I know someone who hate Vybz Kartel so much for no reason. I don't know if him sleep with your mother or him take away your gal or something or whatever the case was. But listen, I said it before, I'll say it again. If this was the judge that was presiding over the Vybz Kartel case, and I have to interject this right here, Kartel would not have went to prison. Here's the reason why. According to Sykes, there was no evidence that the man was murdered. The judge said that there was no post-mortem, nor there was any scene of crime evidence to support that the man was killed. In Vybz Kartel's case, they claimed that Lizard was beaten with a pickaxe stick and body dismembered and all these things. When they claim that, it is on burden of proof is theirs to prove that what they said happened, happened. The accused is supposed to be innocent till proven guilty. They never proved that that was what happened to him. There was no evidence. They didn't find a speck of blood at the scene of the place where they claimed that that took place. They didn't find a piece of cloth containing some DNA, a strand of hair, some evidence that said he was here. They didn't find anything. This is the reason why Judge Sykes threw out this murder case as well. Judge Sykes said that, however, that BlackMan Brian still has a case to answer to in relation to another murder, and that's the murder of a person called Dooley that happened on Red Hills Road in St. Andrew. In relation to the murder of a man known as Tesha, bus driver, in the Spanish Town bus park on February 6th of 2018, accused Ricardo Thomas, Michael Whitley, and Brian Morris were freed on that murder charge as well. However, accused Marco Miller, Chevroy Evans, and Andre Golding have a case to answer to according to Sykes. Jason Citypuss Brown, an alleged main operative of the gang, also still has several charges to answer to, including being a member of a criminal organization. Brown was heard on secret recording of a cell phone conversation. This is one of the two main witnesses. I believe this is witness number 2. I'm not sure now, but if you go back and listen, you will know which one it is. The one that said I recorded BlackMan and the rest of them with 3 cell phones. Brown was heard on the secret recording. This is Citypuss. His real name is Jason Brown. He was heard on the 3 recordings, right? On cell phone conversation with other alleged gangsters expressing concerns that some of their cronies were betraying BlackMan and that they were no longer loyal to the gang. So now he has to go prove that he is not a part of the gang, which is seen as a criminal organization, among other charges. Brown has been incarcerated since being convicted of a murder that was unrelated to the gang in 2012. So he's been in prison. Now, despite some being freed of some of the charges, none of the 28 remaining alleged gangsters have been freed from custody. They're all still locked up because they all have other cases to answer to. Those who want them gone are keeping their fingers crossed right now and are hoping that something else sticks. In the meantime, 3 of the defense attorneys have requested subpoenas to have the custody book at the Spanish Town Police Station and the prison admission book at the Horizon Remand Center for the period of 2017 to 2019 presented in court as evidence. 2 other attorneys indicated that they will be calling character witnesses to aid in their defense of their clients. Character witnesses are people that come in and say, listen, him not in a no badness, you know. Him get up and go work every day. And although things not smooth because him don't have no regular 9 to 5, is a man will get up and go do construction work when him can get it. Him go cut grass when him can get it and trim trees. And sometimes him even go a country go dig yam and export yam with this company. And is a hard working man that supports his family and he's full of love. You should see him with the little children in the neighborhood. Them coming like Santa Claus, like him is Santa Claus, and Christmas is every day for them when he's around. Your Honor, I'm telling you, this is a good man. That's a character witness. So it's gotten to the point now where the defense attorneys are saying, hey, we're even going to bring in some character witnesses, people to speak on the behalf of our clients that we're trying to defend, because the court is painting them as monsters, and it is our duty to have you see them as humans. The trial is to resume on Wednesday, when other defense attorneys will begin presenting their clients' cases as well. The 28 accused are being tried under the Criminal Justice Suppression of Criminal Organizations Act 2014, better known as the anti-gang legislation, on an indictment containing several counts. The offenses were allegedly committed between January 1st of 2015 and June 30th of 2019, mainly in St. Catherine, with at least 1 murder being committed in St. Andrew. Well, this is where we are with it. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Let's not forget, Mumma Christie just bust off a murder case alongside Andre Blackman Bryan, just bust off 5 murder cases as well. Well, 5 murder cases were thrown out, one of which had Christie and Blackman on it. I'll catch you on the next video. Stay tuned. I'll just continue to keep you updated. As usual, I have no dog in this fight. It is what it is. I just bring you the information as it unfolds, and I try to explain why the judge did that or this. Well, no need to explain from me. The judge, which is Judge Sykes, clearly explains every single time. Catch you on the next video with SouFLoTV. Hit that subscribe button. You not get your channel membership yet? It's $9.99. Come on now. I'm out. Peace.